Bankruptcy judge thrust into spotlight in Purdue Pharma case. White Plains, New York, AP. The judge overseeing the bankruptcy of OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma warns that real-life court cases don't unfold like Perry Mason. But he's afraid this one might come to resemble Dr. Strangelove. U.S. bankruptcy judge Robert Drain of White Plains, New York, has a reputation for thorough preparation, deep experience handling big, complicated corporate cases, a sometimes forceful manner from the bench, and a fondness for pop culture references, some of them of baby boomer vintage. It will be up to him to decide whether to approve a potentially $12 billion plan by Purdue Pharma to settle more than 2,700 lawsuits over its role in the opioid crisis that has killed 400,000 people in the U.S. over the past 2 decades. The proceedings are all but certain to be complex and acrimonious. Nearly half of the nation's state attorneys general and many victims have come out against the plan and vowed to press on with their lawsuits, arguing that the deal on the table does not wring enough money from members of the billionaire Sackler family who own the company and does not contain an admission of guilt over one of the gravest public health crises in U.S. history. At a hearing in October, Drain cautioned that that's not necessarily how the real legal world works. There are trials where people stand up and say, "I did it," and that usually happens on Perry Mason only. At the same time, he warned that pressing ahead with individual lawsuits, a risky strategy that could torpedo a global settlement and result in plaintiffs coming up empty-handed, reminded him of the doomsday machine in the 1964 movie Dr. Strangelove. Drain graduated from Yale and got interested in bankruptcy law in the 1980s, when he was in law school at Columbia University. He told Federal Lawyer magazine in 2013 that he found its complexities, the overlap with other areas of law and the strong and often odd personalities of the clients and practitioners strangely compelling. The judge, who declined to be interviewed or photographed for this story, was a bankruptcy lawyer for nearly 2 decades before being appointed to his current position in 2002 by the Federal Appeals Court in New York. For the past decade, his courtroom has been in White Plains, where he is the only bankruptcy judge handling big business cases. He has presided over the cases of Hostess, Sears, Reader's Digest, auto parts maker Delphi and the grocer A&P. In some of the highest profile matters before him, he has done what the companies seeking bankruptcy protection asked. Over some objections, he approved Delphi's restructuring in 2009 in a way that would keep it operating with new owners. Shutting it down could have brought production at its largest customer, General Motors, to a virtual halt. In 2012, for more on this story, visit the news article link.